All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Indiana Pacers versus the Portland Trail Blazers full game highlights, reaction, review, and analysis. Let's jump into it. As we can see from the jump, Dame is back in the lineup. It's good to see him back. I know he was excited to get back on the court with Nurk with the first basket there. Josh Hart back in the lineup. He was still kind of nursing his injury a little bit, his ankle. It looked like a little bit. He's fighting through some pains, but we see Dame with a nice sidestep. But like I said before, now's the time where we got to get a couple W's to keep ourselves in that play-in picture. So it's good to see some of the guys get back out there. So, of course, what you're looking for now, you're looking for continuity, see what kind of flow we have, getting some of the guys back in the starting lineup, back in the rotation. I know Drew Eubanks was back also. So you want to see how we flow, what kind of flow we can create if we're stagnant, watching each other, watching Dame, watching Ant, or if we're flowing out there playing together, making things happen. And also another thing you want to look for that we were looking for this game was how the young guys would respond, now knowing that they're back coming off the bench, fulfilling their roles, doing what they're supposed to do. They come off the bench with that same motivation, that same appetite, as I said before, to make things happen in that role as well when they're not able to start in a fill-in opportunity, as we see Drew with the finish right there. You know it's finna happen here. That's what the crowd definitely wants to see, is a young fella get out on the fast break. And with that bench, I mean, honestly, when you really look at it, that bench should be really strong. I mean, those guys got some good experience starting. It should be those guys should be really strong coming off the bench and getting stronger. As we see Turner inside with the finish. Nurk did a good job this game. That was a good challenge by Nurk. His rebounds didn't show it. But I think Nurk is understanding a little more game by game on how to, nice screen right there. That's one of the reasons, and I know that's Dame, but that's one of the reasons Ant loves Nurk as a screener for screens like that. Him and Dame can just find just easy looks, can get such great looks off of Nurk screens. As we see Nurk stepping out, hitting the shot. But I think Nurk is getting more comfortable with with his role, and at least accepting that, and not spending a lot of time and energy disappointed about what he's not getting. Get out there and get excited about what he can do, challenging, blocking shots, setting those great screens, eating off the rim, finishing, on the screen down actions. And even getting opportunities with some post play when the mismatch calls for it. So hopefully he'll continue to, like Ant said, we love having him. So hopefully he continue to grow in that and get more and more hungry, because he can dominate in that role. I mean, there's a lot Nurk can do. Nurk is, even not being a focal point, being the fourth option, Nurk can still give you 15 and 15. You know what I'm saying? Easy. I mean, easy. Not even, I mean, just easy. Going hard with a little extra motor, you might get 20 and 15 every game, and not even being a focal point. That's how good Nurk is. So hopefully we can see that develop in the reality, as we see Jeremy Grant with the nice finish. And Jeremy Grant is becoming more and more consistent. I mean, he's such a great player. You've heard me say this from jump, as we see Ant in the corner knocking it down. You heard me say this from jump about Jeremy Grant's ability and what I believe he can be for this ball club. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it. He's understanding it also that is who he is. It's not even an anomaly. That is who he is. He is that guy. And he can continue to grow into that role also, which, I mean, I don't know who saw that coming. I definitely saw it coming, but when you pair Dame and Ant along with Jeremy Grant being, with that type of mentality and that type of ability, it's a dangerous ball club. It's a dangerous ball club, especially on the offensive end, but we have opportunity to be just as dangerous on the defensive end as well. And as guys grow more and more comfortable with what they're going to do, now you can start stretching that defense out. 3/4 court pressure, put some pressure on some guys, especially when you play against those Ja Morants, those guys who love to get downhill. You might want to pick them up as soon as you can, But one thing I noticed in this second half, as we see Jeremy Grant with the follow finish right there off his own little attempt, is the flow got really good in the second half. I mean, as you can tell from the score, you could even say from the second quarter, from the mid-second quarter on, the flow, like right there. I mean, that's just pure flow. That's just beautiful basketball. They did a lot of this. I mean, I thought it was very refreshing, nice by Ant, to see how well they continue to roll, even with Dame, in the lineup. They didn't miss a beat as far as, early in the game, you could see guys standing around a couple plays watching Dame, trying to get back used to being on the floor with Dame. But it didn't take long at all, for the guys to figure out exactly, what it is they're supposed to be doing now that they have their guy back. Coach Billups does a great job also of staggering Anthony and Dame's minutes sometimes, which means sometimes he'll make it so they play at different times, on the court at different times, even though they start together and they'll finish together. During the course of the game, you'll often see Ant out there, like you see him now with that second unit, being able to get more attempts, which is what you want, because now the defense has to worry about. They just had to worry about Dame, and with Ant still on the floor, so you can't sell out and just double Dame and try to trap him and get the ball out of his hands, because now you got to worry about Ant. Well, guess what? That guy who just made that turnaround jump shot, you got to worry about him too if he continues to have this type of mentality, playing strong, finishing strong, getting to the free throw line. You're going to have to worry about him as well. So, and then now, after that, you got Nurk, and then you got guys, Winslow, Josh Hart, and you got a bench, and Trendon Watford, Shaedon Sharpe, Keon Johnson, who's still hurt, but you got some guys who can really come in and contribute off that bench, which again, with this team at full strength, when Gary Payton II is in the lineup, this is a scary ball club, and this is a great opportunity for them to learn and get the experience needed so that they can implement that fear, in the future. You know what I'm saying? As we see Nurk, my goodness, Nurk. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. That's I think I missed that. That's what I'm talking. That's the Nurk that I want to see. Now that right there is not the Nurk I want to see, ladies and gentlemen. I think I even said one of the first or second videos that you're going to get those good and bad plays from Nurk. My goodness, and that was an example of, as you see, Ant again in the corner, putting the nail in the coffin. But I love when Nurk, as Coach Billups would say, goes up strong, goes strong, and finishes strong. It's hard to deal with him when he plays that way. And same thing on defense. When he stands strong, it's hard to deal with him when he plays that way, But that was a good game, another good win by the ball club. You see the team continuing to grow, continuing to understand and learn how to apply the things that they're learning. And it's great. It's great to see. It's exciting to see. It was exciting to see the young guys get some time in the previous games, get some extended minutes. And again, that's going to pay off, because you don't want to see those drop offs when the bench comes in. I was seeing that, a few games ago, our bench was struggling, and we've had problems with the bench. But remember, there's a couple guys off that bench who were thrusted in the starting lineup. So now the bench is guys further down. Not that they're not capable. They're just also still guys who are learning what they're capable of, and how to implement those capabilities against different ball clubs, night in and night out in the NBA. So it's good to see guys start to progress and figure it out. Hopefully it'll keep going, and they'll keep getting stronger, keep getting better. And we'll start to see more things as we see Coach Billups, switching back and forth. That zone was looking good as far as keeping the team off balance, keeping the Indiana Pacers off balance, so they couldn't have a steady attack, or get comfortable with a steady attack. That was good, and that's not something that you're going to rely on all the time. That's just something you want to have in the bag to throw out here and there. Like I said, you're probably going to see, as guys really start to dig in and understand what's going on and get comfortable with what they're doing and the speed at which they need to do it on defense, you'll see that defense creep up a little bit, because we have the ability to do that with Trendon Watford, Shaedon Sharpe, Drew Eubanks, who can move, who has some good movement, and who, when you think you have him beat, he's shown the ability to recover and still get that shot, get that block. Justice Winslow, Josh Hart, we got a team, of course, Dame. We have a team that you can really get out there and do some things on defense as well, create some pressure, create some opportunities. So we look forward to that, man. And this is just another step on the way up as we keep going up and keep getting better. So thank you guys for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. And remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.